Dana Abercrombie, The Coalition. Thank you so much for speaking with me. This is a fascinating documentary, well, docu-series. And so what I wanted to know is one of the things that's mentioned is the knowns versus the unknowns, the known unknowns versus the unknowns. And with that mindset coming in for, I guess, preparing for what you think you're going to discover versus what you end up discovering is something that's completely different. How do you feel that that changes the trajectory of both the research and the kind of the series itself as a whole?
Thanks, Dana, and it's such a pleasure talking to you. You know, it's quite interesting because knowledge generation, when you're trying to find answers, even though you stumble, it's actually a gold mine when you stumble on something that you hadn't expected. And I say that because it doesn't change the trajectory. It doesn't,
Mm.
it just really needs you to reframe and think a bit more. Okay, what does this mean? When we go out on ocean exploration expeditions, you you are constantly being fed information, right? You go out there with a set objective. I want to understand this particular thing. And as the knowledge comes in, you are trying to contextualize what this means. So when you stumble across something that you did not expect, it really, really just enhances the story. It just really brings it to another level. And that's the thing about science and exploration is that you go out and you come back with more questions. You're lucky if you get an answer. But we were fortunate enough that we were able to answer some of our questions and there were amazing discoveries, right? But we also have so much more questions. And I like to think of myself as a forever student. I'm a learner forever, and that's what exploration is. You can't be stuck in your way. Science evolves, knowledge evolves, everything evolves. So it's a gold mine if I come across something that I did not expect, and those are the moments I actually live for.
So I was wondering, you're working with a team. It's not just you, it's a team. So learning from each other and also learning about the discovery of what you think you know. Can you talk about how does that one strengthens you as a scientist and
Yeah,
also strengthens the data?
yeah. Well, the data doesn't lie. Numbers never lie.
Mhm.
So when you look at the numbers and you realize that, no, man, I got this wrong, and there's a team of other people, essentially, when we have our discussions, we're talking about facts, we're talking about how we are perceiving this data, we are talking about why we think things are happening. And, there's no right or wrong. There is just 10 minds trying to understand one thing. And
Mhm.
that's better than having one mind because you can have your blind spots sometimes. And ocean exploration, essentially that you can never do it by yourself. Knowledge generation, science, it's not a one-man job. We need everybody's eyes. We need everybody's brain. We need everybody's understanding on a particular subject. And just because you might think you're an expert, it does not mean that you have the final say. We have a discussion and that helps us frame what we are seeing and what we are looking at. So science is not just story. Obviously, we have numbers. Numbers don't lie. And if we can explain those numbers in a way that makes sense to
Mhm.
us at that particular time, till somebody comes along, and that's the life cycle of science, till somebody comes along and is like, I got this data, I'm dismissing this on these grounds. So it's an ever learning sort of space. Ocean exploration is exactly that. You are a student forever. So if you enjoy learning, that's where you need to be, just constantly learning and shifting your perspective. Just like, oh, okay, I got that wrong. What does this mean?
So
And that's how people
that's
grow. Yeah.
So I want to talk about the advanced technology you're using the Explorer. What kind of equipment, the technology that is used, that you feel that, didn't have, say, 5 or even 10 years ago, that makes us better understand not both the behavior of the sharks, but the environment itself and how it impacts the ecosystem that they live in?
Mm. Well, the OceanX platform, the vessel, is
Hmm.
fitted with state-of-the-art tools. It doesn't get better than that. And tools evolve as well. We have advanced from how we were operating 5 years ago. And this vessel has a remotely operated vehicle that basically has an umbilical cord still attached to the mothership, but can go and explore to depths, right? I'm talking insane depths. We have the submersible, which is basically an underwater vehicle that is not attached to the vessel, and it roams and it goes and it can go to like 1,000 meters. Absolutely phenomenal. People going down, observing, capturing with cameras. Spectacular. We have this helicopter on the same vessel, on the same platform. We have a helicopter and we have small rubber ducks. And when you think of them as individual units, they are very impressive. But when you bring them together, now that's when the life comes. That's when we start playing. And we also have these sounders on the hull of the ship underneath, things that are emitting sound into the environment, and they help you model what's happening in the environment. They help you model which small creatures that you probably won't be able to see with your naked eye because of how the light interacts with that animal. And it gives you a sense of the productivity, the biomass of what's in the water column. And the sound, very same sound, gives you an idea of the seabed, the morphology, how the seabed is shaped, how rugged, how soft, how hard. So now we're talking about elements that make up this ecosystem. We have a CTD that goes down and measures temperature, salinity, environmental variables. Once again, when you look at these data sets, individually, they're impressive. But when you bring them together, now you're painting an ecosystem. And it's amazing to have these tools. Definitely, it's amazing to have these tools on one platform, a mothership, where you sit on, you sleep, and you wake up, and people are going, and these operations are running in parallel. But for that to happen, you need people. And we were so fortunate to have a skilled set of Ocean X crew members, technicians, scientists as well, that supported this project in a way that we were able to just collect amazing scientific data. It's really phenomenal. So, yeah, it's one of its kind. It's definitely something, but without the people, it's as good as nothing. So we shouldn't lose sight of the people who are operating those tools and are making sure that the viewers at home through this documentary can see what we see or what we saw,
Is there
right?
still a piece of, right? I was
Yeah.
wondering, is there still like a piece of equipment that would be considered ancient, that you said with all this
Ancient.
advanced, older, as opposed
Okay.
to all of this advancement of technology, that you still feel does the job?
Um, well, there are different versions of what I just spoke about, state of the
Mhm.
art, right? But essentially, the fundamentals of collecting the data are the same. Just because you don't have the shiniest toy, it doesn't mean you can't collect valuable data. That must not be amazing toys, amazing data, but also simple toys, you can collect amazing data. And that's why we need innovative minds. Eric is very big on one of the explorers, and he's a tech guy. So I can't really talk much about tech. I can talk about the data because I'm a scientist. I want to see the data. So Eric is very amazing and very big on building cost-effective tools to ensure that people are able to survey their backyards, right? And there's people should never get bogged down by the equipment. Just because you don't have the shiniest toy, it does not mean that your work is any less, right? But on the Ocean X, the fine line of it is that it's state of the art. It's just state of the art, full stop. Everything is new. It's a new fitted ship. The design is amazing. The lighting is amazing. The tools are amazing. The people are amazing. So what could I say was not as advanced on board? I guess a fork, a spoon. I don't know. Right? It's that's
Right,
the Ocean X platform. Yeah, that's what it is, you know? So I can't think of anything that I can say. I mean, even the cameras were amazing, you know?
right.
Cameras was something else. And to be able to capture the detail of some of these behaviors in the way that they have been captured, cameras are amazing. Um, so yeah, there's a lot of work that went into it, and we had a lot of experienced people. We have BBC Studios, the Natural History Unit. Like, it doesn't get better than that. We have Nat Geo, we have James Cameron, we have Ocean X, you know, so these are big guns. These are big guns, and there's amazing equipment, and they were able to capture in detail. It's the detail.
Right.
That fine scale resolution, that microscopic detail. It's like you were there. That's what this documentary is about. It's about taking the ocean and taking ocean exploration to people and them seeing how difficult and how much goes into it, the challenges, the victories, the joy around one picture or 5 minute clip, the information, the knowledge that we were able to harness and generate, the discoveries and what those mean. So it's just a phenomenon. It's just an absolutely amazing documentary. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for speaking to me, and thank you for this series. Amazing.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you. I hope I answered all the questions, or did I
Yes.
just overtake you?
No. Well, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.